When you see a random flower from me, that can only mean one thing. Spring is on its way. It's a little bit dusty. I'm going to seriously miss winter. Winter's my favorite season because it's cold and there's no bugs to worry about. You can swing your door on open, not have to fight any creatures. These bugs over here, there's so many trees. They have a whole old country buffet every single day. But spring is coming, so let's celebrate springtime. This is actually a video that I did last year, so I'm very happy to finally be releasing it. I decided to make some cake bombs, and I wanted to make them with a nice spring flair. If you don't know what a cake bomb is, it's a hard shell of chocolate on the outside, and on the inside it's cake. It could be layers of cake, it could be cake crumbles, it could be cake squares, and then usually a frosting and maybe even a filling. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you. It's getting real now. 87% of you aren't subscribed. You're literally just seeing me pop up. And you're like, oh, she did another video, let me watch it. What in the world is going on? I just don't understand. Thank you for those of y'all who say, okay, let me go ahead and subscribe. It's a new year. We have to do right by each other. We're all we have. Go ahead and press the notification bell and let's get started. Okay, Cakenistas, this is the silicone mold that I'm going to be using. It is a sphere silicone mold. I already have some white chocolate, I have some green chocolate, and I have some pink chocolate. You can take white chocolate and dye it pink and green, or you can go the easy route and the less tasty route and go with candy melts like I did. So to make this marbled green and pink design that I decided to make, I'm going to swirl pink chocolate in the mold, and then I'm going to go behind that and swirl some of that green chocolate in the mold. I think that these kind of pastel pink and green colors are wonderful for springtime. You can also throw in some yellow and some blue. These are also wonderful sorority colors, just saying. After that, I'm going to put my white on top. Now you may be thinking, how in the world is this going to come out? And I think that I was too. But I'm going to keep going with it. Once I add a good amount of that white chocolate into the mold, then I can go ahead and with the back of the spoon kind of smear everything together to fully coat that sphere mold. I said coat. I said it with an accent. I'm from many places, so it only makes sense. I kind of like that the spoon that I was using has this flower design, so that I was able to make swirls a lot easier with it, because it, as you can see, kind of made like a trail where I could put my green to go, or my white. These last two, I don't think I used any green in them. My green over there looks kind of like hard. I think I just wanted to see how a pink and white shell would look. Hit that up with one more coating of just white chocolate. We want to make sure that we have a good thick coat that could withstand everything that we're going to be putting inside of these shells. We're going to set that aside, let it harden for about 20 minutes or so, and that's just for candy melts. Chocolate will take a little bit longer than that, but when it does, it should pop out the mold fairly easily. It'll be nice and shiny, and I'm actually loving the swirlage. The swirlage is amazing. I was very pleasantly surprised. This video was filmed last year. The quality is different. I've gotten a new camera since then. I have a new background since then. Things are just a little bit better looking now, so don't judge. Enjoy. You can see that the edge of my spheres are very jagged and rough, so I put a small plate in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And that allows me to smooth the spheres by melting that little bit of chocolate, and then I can go on to filling them. So whenever you see me do this throughout the video, just know that I am melting that chocolate, because I'm either going to smooth out the edge or I am sealing the two halves together. I did them in different flavors just to kind of play around with them and to see which style I liked best. I'm going to be using vanilla cake for 2 out of my 3 cake bombs. So I'm only going to level off the half that I'm going to be using. And then I have a round cutter that I'm going to use to cut out layers from that vanilla cake. This sphere, I measured it. It is about the same size as my cake bomb, just a little bit smaller. So now I'm going to start the layerage. I was so excited. I'm going to make one just a regular vanilla. I'm going to be putting vanilla buttercream at the base of it and then 1 layer of that cake, pressing that down, and then I'm going to put in a vanilla sauce. I purchased this vanilla sauce, obviously. It just tastes like a really good vanilla sauce, almost like a pudding. So if you want to use something similar, you could definitely use vanilla pudding. I wanted to put some sprinkles in there. They're the same color scheme as the chocolate that I'm using. And then we're going to fill in the other half the same exact way. Buttercream, cake, and then I rubbed 1 half to melt that chocolate again so that I could seal the 2 halves together. I have to have a chocolate cake bomb, so I wanted to make this one a cubed cake style. I cubed my chocolate cake. It looks a little bit dry, I'm not even gonna lie. It didn't taste dry, but it looks it. So I hit that up with some simple syrup. And then for this one, I'm going to put in some chocolate fudge filling or frosting. Same diff if you ask me. I'm also going to put in some caramel sauce. This looks amazing. I believe this is my dulce de leche to be exact. I do have a video on that, so you can look in the description for that video, as well as my chocolate cake recipe that is absolutely amazing. We're going to add more chocolate cake and then more caramel and more chocolate filling. So this one will be really fun to crack into because you could eat everything out with a fork. I wanted my last cake bomb to be strawberry, so we have vanilla, chocolate. Of course we needed strawberry. So I'm taking that plain vanilla cake that I had and I'm going to add some strawberry frosting. The strawberry frosting has pink gel dye and actual strawberry flavoring. So that's going to turn that into a strawberry cake, and why not? I'm just not understanding why the struggle had to be so real for me. It's because of that tiny bowl, of course. I'm going to put some strawberry sauce at the bottom of those shells, and this will really make that cake stick. We did layers the first round, chunks the second round. For this one, we're going to do a cake dough. By mixing that frosting and that cake together, we turn it into a nice cake dough, like we were making a cake pop. I'm going to fill up our shells with a scoop of cake, press the 2 together, and then we can finally move on to decorating. I'm going to drizzle the cake bombs with some green and pink chocolate. And some sprinkles, of course. I always feel like I have to come up with more decorations for these. You usually see cake bombs with drizzle and sprinkles, so my answer to that for right now is just gonna be gold. My answer to everything is just gold. So that's that's pretty much great for me. But I do want to take this a step further because it is springtime. Easter is on the way. So I made some bunny ears by taking the back of a spoon, dipping it in some of that pink chocolate and smearing that on a piece of parchment paper. I made sure that one end was thick, one end was thinner, and then after it hardened, I was able to melt that flatter end and attach it easily to one of the cake bombs. I would have done this for all of them, but I just wanted you guys to see what they would look like with and without, and it makes that center one extra special. The star of the show, if you will. So that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that it gave y'all some fun ideas for this spring. That chocolate one just gave up and caved in, didn't it? It said, just go ahead. Just go ahead. Couture in a springtime cake bomb. 3 ways. Bye, guys. The cake needs to comment of the day is going to go to Fifi Mac on my number 3 cake without a mold video. Fifi says, Thank you so much for this video. I am a fan of number cakes and you've made this one seem so easy to make. Like always, beautiful work. Thank you so much, Fifi. That actually means a lot considering I had to remove the audio completely because YouTube got me on like a this isn't your music thing, and they weren't supposed to because I was already a Tastemade Network partner. Long story short, I had to remove the audio. Obviously, I talk with my hands a lot. I'm doing all of this and you don't know what I'm saying, so it's just looking like, what's she doing, you know? But thank you so much regardless. I'm glad that it could help you despite it being just music and a bunch of hand signals. It's still a really good video. If you would like to be featured in the next video, you just have to comment below and be subscribed. Alexa, sorry.
That's okay.
She is so crazy. Play a springtime song.
Here's Springtime by Chris Renzema on Amazon Music.
This is about to be beautiful. It is beautiful. Alexa, stop. I don't want any more copyright claims. Yeah. I put Spring Fever. Hey, Kenisa. When you see a random flower from me, that can only mean one thing.